Could casual competitive save Overwatch competitive? Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa. Now, if you guys remember, me and Josh had a conversation about our frustrations with Overwatch Competitive and how, it feels random and we've got all of that stuff going on. Well, actually, I went away and I've conducted an experiment. You guys will see this in a video in the future where I've renamed the Stylosa account to Lazine. You are seeing footage of this account in the background, but this is the Stylosa account. So if you guys were watching solo queue, this is what that account is. And the premise here was I was just going to go in and almost become a slave to the system where I was just going to go, oh, we need to support this game, I'll play support. Oh, we need a tank, we'll play tank. And basically all I was doing was praying that on my team I had players that would actually play the other roles and we would have a team comp and the enemy wouldn't. And you'll be surprised how many games I won. I won't spoil it, but a lot of SR was gained. Let's just put it that way, a hell of a lot of SR. Anyway, let's talk about this idea of a casual competitive mode. Now, me and Josh spoke about this as well. We said, hey, some sort of competitive mode, which isn't actually competitive, but uses the rules of competitive, might be a nice little way to introduce people into actual competitive play. Because I believe right now, there are loads of people out there that suffer from competitive anxiety. I've covered this in videos before, and it is a very real thing. It's something that affects me as well. I'll think, do I actually want to play? Those first couple of games of the day, they're always quite... it feels like a bit of a struggle. Like you want to go into the game and you want to hope that you get a good team. Maybe you don't the first game and it's a defeat. Then you go into the next game, oh god, and it's a defeat. And then it's like, oh, I'll play deathmatch, and then it's like, oh, I'll just turn the game off and I'll play Fortnite or whatever. That was happening to me quite a lot. But do you know what would cure that? If instead of me just having deathmatch to go and play or the other arcade modes, I don't play quick play. My problem with this game, I think, is quick play is pretty much a waste of time. It's okay, but you don't really there's no structure, right? Quick play is just you either attack or you defend, and it's like, oh, all right, it's okay to warm up, I guess. But if we had a casual competitive mode, maybe not call it that because that kind of sounds a bit insulting, but a competitive, what would you call it? It is off-season competitive. So if you guys play through, you guys play competitive, but at the end of a competitive season, the competitive play card turns into an off-season competitive. And what that is a competitive rule set that actually doesn't award or remove SR. It uses your internal MMR to match you against players, so you get a decent game, but you don't actually win or lose SR. So what you can do is get to experience Overwatch Competitive, and you can try crazy stuff in it. And yeah, I'm sure you guys are sitting there going, well, Sty, that's not going to really solve competitive, because for a start, it's not even a competitive mode, and people just pick crazy hero comps. They do, right? But this would add a bit of spice back into Overwatch, because what happens in competitive is you get a couple of different mindsets, I think. You get the first mindset, which is we're not playing meta, so we need to play meta. And there'll be that guy on your team that'll be like, can we get off the Mei? Can we get off the Sombra? Can we get off the, Hanzo, or insert non-meta hero here? Change this hero, it's not working. We've got two tanks, two barrier tanks. We've got a Reinhardt, we've got a Winston. Change one of them. We don't need both of them. That guy, you could maybe say that guy is me in a way. I don't say that, but I might be thinking it well, we don't really need a Reinhardt and Orisa because, well, what's Reinhardt going to do? He may as well play Diva or Roadhog or something, then he's going to contribute to the damage. The thing is, that's one type of player. Then you get another type of player that actually just wants to play their hero. Now, this is absolutely systemic, that's a beautiful word, throughout Overwatch. What that basically means is a lot of Overwatch players want to play the hero they want to play. And I am exactly the same. When you see the video that's going to hit the channel in a couple of days about my competitive test by renaming my Stylosa account, I wanted to... I got to play my hero once, basically. All the other games, out of, I think there were 9 games or 10 games in that sample series, I had to play a hero I didn't really want to play, but I knew the team needed it, so I just kind of played it. I still had fun, but I didn't have fun in the sense of, I want to play Soldier 76, let's go. Now, I always use the League of Legends example here. I'm terrible at League of Legends. I went back to play League of Legends a couple of months ago, and I got mid lane every single time with the hero that I wanted every single time. So my role was there and I could play that role, I could do it, and that was cool and that was fun. You don't get that with Overwatch, and as I say, you'll see that in that video. However, What happens with a non-competitive mode is you could just go in there and select your hero and think, whatever, screw it, I'm just going to play my hero because I want to get good with that hero. And this is a massive problem with Overwatch. Where the hell do you go as a player to get good if it isn't actual competitive? And you suffer from competitive anxiety, because if you're trying to learn a new hero, oh my god, like I'm on record, ladies. Well, I'm not. I am on record, but I'm just going to say this: I cannot play Genji. I am so bad when I play Genji. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I've spent so much time playing hit scan heroes like McCree, Tracer, Soldier, and then tanks, that when I try and play Genji, I just cannot play Genji. Like, I'm so bad. Where the hell can I learn to play Genji? Like, the only option I've got right now is to buy a new account and just play Genji on it. Because that's the only way it's going to fairly put me with people of my Genji rank, right? But even then, I'd just be locking in Genji and causing all the problems over again at that level of play. So I honestly think if we get some sort of off-season competitive that is a permanent competitive mode, I think that could help an absolute shed load, because it's going to allow players to practice. It's also going to allow people that don't want to play competitive, and comment below, guys, if you're one of these guys that just doesn't want to play competitive, because hey, there's no shame in that. You know, if you're just like a quick play player, that's cool. If you're an arcade player, in fact, I would say the arcade basically has killed quick play, because if you want to warm up to play Overwatch, so you know, get your reactions in order and whatnot, you'll go and play deathmatch, because you'll play Chateau Guillard, which is a fantastic map. And that's going to warm you up way more effectively than quick play will, because you're just going to be able to lock in your aim and, you know, get really up and ready to jump into competitive. But I think there is a missing link here, and it seems so simple now that I've actually thought about this for a while. Like I said, after discussion with Josh, it suddenly struck me like, where the hell is competitive? And recently, I played a bit of quick play with a couple of guys who just don't really play all that much competitive, and they were sort of like, well, why don't we have a non-competitive rule set mode? Like, the argument against all of this is, hey, you can just go and set up a custom game. And sure, you can set up a custom game, but is that really the answer? Because nobody's really going to join it, are they? What we need is in-game systems that take you on a journey. They are obsessed with the path to pro. This is the idea that you get high in the ladder, you join an Overwatch Contenders team, then you progress through the Contenders, then you join an Overwatch League team. In reality, there's not really a path there, because if you're a quick play player that might be really good but doesn't want to play competitive because it's, you know, maybe you're not used to the competitive rule set, maybe you have got competitive anxiety, you need another game mode to make you more familiar with that. And I think that's where a non-competitive off-season type of competitive, but it isn't off-season, it's actually constantly, could really make this game it could allow other people to experience the game in another way, I think. Now, I do obviously understand, yeah, you get trolls in this mode and all of that stuff, but I don't know, I think this is just a bit of a missing link, and the more I think about it, the more this is, well, it seems blatantly obvious to me. Why don't they have this? Why don't we just have this permanently? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa and this is Unit Lost. Thought this would be an interesting video. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. And you can, well, I've got an Instagram, which is Instagram @Stylosa /Stylosa, whatever the hell it is. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Toodaloo.